Hi everyone, this is MSY's research note. And I think these days I'm not feeling quite well, probably because of the dry weather or spring weather. It's the temperature is changing dramatically. Uh, in the morning and in the afternoon. So recently I'm not feeling quite well, but I want to make sure that I can post my research notes every day because this is my record and it shows the progress of my academic research. And today I spend most of the time writing my essays. I am in the part of the literature review because I have already finished the methodology and results part, and now I move back to the literature review part. And after this part, I will move to the conclusion or discussion part, which will link my findings with the current essays and studies in the field of positive emotions in second language acquisition. And today, about the previous essay that we have discussed, I think I'll move to the third paragraph. In my previous videos, we have talked about the Professor Krashen's and Professor Schumann's studies or their theories about about acculturation or input model. And the next paragraph is paragraph 3, which is about the broaden and build theory proposed by Professor Barbara Fredrickson. But actually, I've introduced this part, this broaden and build theory in my previous videos, so I would just move to the next paragraph. However, paragraph 3 is not about the interference of negative emotions. This is more or less just like a transitional paragraph that links negative emotions to positive emotions. So this shows like a signal that the author is going to put more emphasis on the positive emotions, which will be introduced in the following paragraphs. And in paragraph 4, the author started to introduce FLE and started from its introduction. So Professor McIntyre and Gregerson introduced the concept of positive psychology into second language acquisition. And here, then the author listed several functions of positive psychology in second language acquisition, and especially the functions given by the scholars who introduced them, namely Professor McIntyre and Gregerson. So then the author moved to the function of positive psychology to negative emotions. So I think this part means that positive psychology is not merely the absence of negative emotions, but positive psychology can drive out negative arousal, and which is very crucial because negative emotions will narrow a lot of things, which is the opposite part of the broaden and build theory. Well, I think this part in paragraph 4 linked positive emotions to the negative emotions. And then the author also then said positive emotions has a longer term effect, which shows its building effect also in the broaden and build theory. And last in this paragraph, the author introduced that experiencing FLE helps learners take some measured risks to explore and play and boost social cohesion. So this is just like how to say an introduction or some basic introduction to a new concept that has emerged in second language acquisition, which is foreign language enjoyment. So I actually think that this part is a little bit confusing, because I think the author is just trying to list a lot of things. However, I cannot, fully grasp the logic or follow the writing flow of the authors. So I shall move to the next paragraph. Paragraph 5. This paragraph only introduced the findings of the seminal article written by Professor Dewell and McIntyre in 2014, and that's the one in which foreign language enjoyment was firstly proposed. So after reading this part, I understand the paragraph 4, because paragraph 4 is the introduction of positive psychology, and here in paragraph 5 is the introduction of foreign language enjoyment, or the initial conceptualization of foreign language enjoyment. So I mean, the author really followed like a historical view, moving from the introduction of the initial concept, which is positive psychology, and then moved to like a specific term or construct in SLA, which is foreign language enjoyment. So in paragraph 5, the author introduced the article which firstly proposed FLE in very detail. So the authors of the present study introduced the findings of that essay in different categories or different themes, including the correlation between foreign language enjoyment and foreign language classroom anxiety. And secondly is about the individual difference variables and its correlation with FLE, FLA, and then feedback on open-ended questions. And those feedbacks mention various aspects of language learning. So you can see the authors stratified this part with different themes or categories. On those categories, they aligned with the methodologies that the authors used in their 2014 essay. So why the present study put this article here as a whole paragraph? Well, I think it's because firstly, this is the pioneering study which laid a foundation for other future research. Secondly, this article also discussed the correlation between FLA and FLE and the influence of different variables. So the content is very, very similar to that of the present study. So this is also a way of showing the theoretical background or legitimacy of the present study. And paragraph 6 is, well, this part follows paragraph 5, and Dewell and McIntyre used the same data that has been mentioned in paragraph 5 and conducted a principal component analysis and reviewed 3 dimensions explaining nearly half of the variance, and showed the independence of 2 dimensions of FLE, namely social and private FLE. So the former explains 13% of the variance, and the latter explained 19%. So I think this is like the direct quote from the essay, and I think I should introduce the principal component analysis. So the principal component analysis is well known for PCA, well known as PCA, and it finds the hidden pattern of in the data. It can transform a large set of correlated variables, which is a very important term, correlated variables, into a small set of uncorrelated independent factors called principal components. So principal components are just like variables or different sets or different groups, and those groups are independent and they are uncorrelated. So it's just like finding the groups, the independent groups from those correlated variables. Uh, so these components or these newly formed groups or sets capture the minimum amount of variance in the original data. Well, for instance, the 11-item Chinese foreign language enjoyment scale, which was translated and further revised by Professor Li Chengchen, the scale includes 11 items which are all about FLE, and academically they are called the correlated variables. They are correlated because they aim to test the same construct, which is foreign language enjoyment. However, when you just look through all those items, you will notice that they focus on different dimensions or aspects. So PCA or principal component analysis will serve as a way of data analysis to find out those dimensions or those groups that different items belong to. They belong to different dimensions. So PCA want to find what the dimensions are. It's just like putting those items into different categories. So in that scale, item 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 belong to private dimension. Item 7, 8, 9 belong to teacher dimension, and item 5, 10, 11 belong to adult sphere dimension. So how can we know those three dimensions? Then we use PCA. So this is a way, this is a means of putting different items or those correlated variables into uncorrelated or independent groups or dimensions or sets. So, and also, like my quotation, the former explains 13% of the variance. It means social dimension contribute 13% to the student's FLE enhancement. Explains 13% of the variance means it contribute to its enhancement, because variance means changings. 13% means the effect of this dimension, and explains means contribute to or have an impact on something. However, explains is a more academic expression. And well, probably this is today because I still need to work on my essay, because like what I've introduced in my previous videos, I'm going to present my essay in half a month, and I'm working with my essay right now, and especially when I am not feeling quite well. I think I might have a cold, or I might have some inflammatory disease. I don't know, probably it's because of the dry weather, because probably you can hear that my mouth is really hurt and dry because I am speaking for, because I'm right now speaking for a relatively long time, and I'm feeling really hurt about my lips because it's very dry, and you can probably see some just some wounds on it. It really hurts. So probably I'll just stop here today, and I probably need to drink more water or just eat some fruits. But I am under tremendous pressure because I still need to write my literature review, and no one is helping me by my side. Even though I have my tutor, I still need to work on all those things by myself. So I have to go now, and I promise that tomorrow I will move on to further introduce this essay. and I absolutely need to have more time reading about essays. But unfortunately, today, and also today I haven't read about the essays. So because I am writing my own essays, my time is more limited than ever. So probably I need to have a better plan. Well, so this is today, and hope everything goes well, and hope I can make more progress in my writing, and just hope everything goes well. And this is the end of today. This is MSY's research notes, and I wish to see you tomorrow, and good night.